The season's almost starting, the off-season is over, people are having their first outdoor tournaments of the year again, but that begs the question, how can you prepare optimally for a season? I'm Toby, Rookie of the Year and European Champion, and I'll tell you everything I think you should know on how to prepare for a season. Now, first things first, let's get the obvious out of the way. You have to be fit. What I mean by that is physically, when the season starts, I always like to be at a weight that I want to play the whole season at. Some people want to start their season a bit heavier and get sharper during the season, so that when the finals and the end of the season is coming closer, they're really sharp. I like to be sharp all year round, even for the first tournaments. I did a little bulking in the off season and I went up to 88 kilograms. Now I'm already down to 80 kilograms again, but the goal is to get anywhere around 75 to 76 kilograms for my in-season weight. Luckily, I have a couple more weeks to achieve this, so normally everything should be fine. Coupled with being fit also means having a great conditioning for me. I think during the pre-season is the perfect time to start working on your conditioning like really hard and make sure you have a great conditioning at the beginning of the season. My personal go-tos are tempo runs and just as many reps as possible on the ultimate field. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, it's more fun to play a game of ultimate than to run some tempo runs. I also like to get in an interval run like once a week. Now this season I'll introduce something that I've never done in previous seasons, and it is the use of routines. I never have the same like pre-game routine or like a proper morning routine, but I'm gonna change that this year. And I'm gonna try to make good routines that work for me. If you want to see what morning routine I'm going to be doing during the season, you can click on the top right of your screen for the video I made about that topic. There are countless studies that show pre-game routines have great benefits, like getting you in the zone, mentally preparing you for the game, just waking up your overall body, because if you always do the same routine before a game, after a while your body will know like, okay, we're doing this routine, it's game time. And that's one thing that I think can be very beneficial for you, but also for me. So that's why I'm going to work on it this year. This year I'm going to start working with Gabe as well. Gabe is my mental coach, so I'm super excited for that. We've just started working together, so more on that soon. But I think that's going to be sick, and that will allow me to really progress mentally. Maybe the most important and also the most fun thing to do during the preparation is goal setting. For me, it's really important to really take the time, sit down, think about the goals you want to achieve, take a piece of paper and a pen and really write down the goals you want to achieve. That can be personal goals, that can be goals with the team. Nothing is wrong. Just whatever you want to achieve this year, write it down on a piece of paper. And really write it down and not only think about it, because it helps you keeping yourself accountable. It's almost like a contract with yourself, let's say. And research has shown that people who write down their goals, like physically write them down, have a higher chance of achieving that goal. Now, another important thing that I see a lot of people struggling with, especially when they start in the sport or they just get to the highest level of the sport, is they lift really heavy during the off season, which is amazing, that's super good. And then when the season comes, they're like, this is too much volume-wise with trainings and with tournaments. I'm gonna stop lifting, or like I get my leg days from the trainings I do on the field. So they stop lifting because the volume is too great. While I do agree on the fact that volume during the season should come from practices, tournaments, pickup games, whatever you do, it's still very important to train in the gym as well. Not only for injury prevention, but also to maintain strength levels, to stay explosive. But don't understand me wrong, it should be with an adjusted schedule, adjusted to the volume you do during the week in practices and tournaments. It for sure should be an adjusted schedule. But if people tell you you should stop lifting during the season, don't listen to them, please. And then the last thing that's really important for me to prepare for a season is disc touches. I think generally speaking, you touch a lot more discs in season than during the winter or during the off season. So during the pre-season, I always like to get my touches up, try to go throwing more often, try to train on my weakest throws, things like that. Just generally touch more discs, throw more frisbees. It's very simple. So that's pretty much how I prepare for my season, and I think these are a couple of things you should take in account when preparing for your season. Make sure to put in the comments if you prepare in a different way or if you add something else. I'd love to know how you guys prepare for the season. That being said, I'm back on the YouTube grind. I hope to be uploading a lot more, and I just want to throw that out there so that I keep myself accountable. Same thing with writing down the goals. This is a contract to myself, a video contract. I'm going to keep myself accountable, and I'm going to try to upload more on YouTube as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day, and see you all in the next one.